If you were to go through the timeline of American history, you would see that our nation has had many ups and downs. Perhaps the most challenging of all of the times it had came in the mid-19th century, when the country became so divided it went to war with itself. This, of course, became known as the Civil War.
The nation was so polarized that if you were on one side of the issue, you thought everybody on the other side was evil. And that ended up in a war that was more damaging to this country than any war before or since. The great symbol of the Civil War in the aftermath was widows. You see a lot of pictures of widows because so much of the male population was killed during that war.
Moving forward through the Reconstruction years, which were eventually followed by a period of prosperity, we would become involved in World War I. This was followed by what was known as the Roaring Twenties, and then eventually another of our most challenging times, the Great Depression.
At the time, most households were single earner households. So if generally the male lost his job, that was the only source of income. And people were really concerned that we weren't going to survive.
After the Depression, America was hit with another tough battle. We entered World War II. Our debt to GDP ratio peaked at 113% during those years. Today, our debt is also larger than our GDP. However, America was open to more opportunity decades ago.
We were still a free country. A person could go out and start a business anywhere in the country pretty much, none of which you can do today.
In the years following World War II, America has had more ups and downs. Let's fast forward through the challenges in the years that followed and get to today, the Obama years. America is seeing a replay of three of its toughest times in one time period.
We have a very, very polarized population where people consider others on the other side of their viewpoint not just wrong, but evil. And there's no coming together on much of anything. And we also have economic collapse just around the corner. The thing that is interesting about this is that all of these things are coming together and nobody's talking about it.
It makes you wonder if the history books will say that in 2012, Americans made the right choices.